Now let's talk about how the disagreement between both parties escalated in 2024. In July 2024, the regulatory agency made comments suggesting that fuel from local refineries was not always as good as imported fuels, including that of Dangote. Dangote disagreed. He invited the agency and publicly tested the fuel from his refinery in front of journalists to show that it met quality standards. This was the first time Nigerians clearly saw that Dangote and the regulator were no longer on the same page. From that moment, the issue moved from quiet disagreement to open conflict. In September 2024, Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals filed a legal action at the Federal High Court against the regulator, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company NNPC, AYM Shafa Limited, Arano Limited, Seatime Petroleum Limited, 2015 Petroleum Limited, and Matrix Petroleum Services Limited. The suits claimed that the regulator was issuing import licenses for fuel, even though Nigeria did not have a domestic shortfall, meaning the refinery is capable of meeting local demand. Dangote asked the court to void those licenses and award damages of 100 billion naira. Fast forward to January 2025, the court case continued. There were delays and adjournments, but one thing was clear: the disagreements had not been settled. The regulator and Dangote were still fighting. In March 2025, the court refused NNPC's attempt, supported by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, to stop Dangote's lawsuit. This was important. At least it meant the court believed the issues raised were serious enough to be heard. The tension between Dangote and the regulatory agency remained so high. In July 2025, Dangote suddenly withdrew the case from the court. Many people thought the fight was over, but it was not. The withdrawal only ended the court case. It did not end the disagreement. There were speculations about what could have led to his withdrawal. It could be because of how slowly the case was moving, or because the lawsuits didn't stop fuel imports, which was his major target, alongside issuance of import licenses, which never stopped. Or maybe he realized it was more of a regulatory and power tussle, and not a break of law and order. At least, the withdrawal allowed him to explore other options, as he was no longer limited by court rules. He could now approach oversight and anti-corruption agencies. This later led to the public challenge, verification demands, and the corruption petition before the former boss of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Engineer Farouk Ahmed. With this in mind, it becomes clear that Dangote did not give up in July by withdrawing the case in court. He simply changed his strategy. Stay with me, it isn't over yet. In December 2025, just recently, the regulator released figures showing lower fuel output from Dangote's refinery. Dangote disagreed again. He publicly invited the regulator to come and verify the refinery's production themselves. This showed that trust between both sides was completely broken. It became obvious that the regulator was doing everything possible to undermine the capacity of the refinery before the public eye. But Dangote wasn't taking any chance. Dangote armed himself by going as public as he could. And it's not going well for Engineer Farouk Ahmed. See you on the next one.